Hello everybody, let me just start, let me do a quick video. First of all, let's compare what we had yesterday. So the one that, the spreadsheet that I'm moving right now is from yesterday. I put some notes here. For example, almost like $2 million get worthless because those puts that somebody bought, right? And looks like that those calls was exercised today, since we test what for 4,327. That was the inflection point. I pointed here as an inflection point. I just updating, put this note here today and put this note here today, right? We even test 4,266. That was a pre support setup, but in the middle of the morning today, around like 10-11, somebody jumped in to defend 4,275, right? So the bottom today was 4,778. Exactly what's happening today was what I explained in the audio that I send later on at 11 a.m. if I'm not wrong, 11 12 p.m. That I compare with the spreads and the dollar, the DXY, and of course the orders that push the market up. Okay, so you guys already see what you had today, right? Basically a setup for a uptrend on Friday. That of course don't need to be exercised on Friday. They could be exercised anytime. As soon you be in the money, they can exercise because it's American option, right? Not European option. Okay, let me take this spreadsheet out from the screen and let me share what we have today. Okay, I didn't separate the 1 million plus orders aware. I just put the Wednesday and Friday. So because we don't have today, we didn't print any order for transpiration on for Thursday. Okay, only Wednesday and Friday. Observe that the volume of the calls dropped a lot before, right? Before 1.3 million, 2.3 million, 1.4 million. That is that. Also this one, 4307, right? This supposed to be also exercised today. Let me update over here. This supposed to be exercised today, right? One more. I forgot to update. So remember that yesterday is saving my spreadsheet, sorry. So but yesterday we had print $1 million orders for this week as in a call perspective, like call contracts. So now from today, the big orders now became puts. Okay, we have the big ones, $1.7 million that expire on Friday, and the exercise price 4,265. The same support they set up from on yesterday for today, not for they set up yesterday for today. Here, remember? So now they move for Friday 1.7 million. Okay, so the big orders right now, they are puts, not calls anymore. So since we have a higher GEX, I really disregard the small orders, smaller than the $1 million, smaller than $200,000. Okay, so we could start a reversal tomorrow. Remember that for 4,250 is a key level and is an inflection point for a reversal, as I explained you guys. And also 4,327, 4,330 is an inflection point for an uptrend. So far the markets feel some, resistance in the inflection point and drop more than 20 points as soon they test it. Okay, but it's really important to lose 4,250. Otherwise, we could retest 4,000 for the inflection point. Okay, but that's good to compare what we had in the book yesterday and what we have in the book today, right? So the big call order is already gone for this week, and now jumping higher. $1 million plus put orders. Okay, so now let's observe 4,264. And for tomorrow, that's a funk day because they will deliver their meeting notes, right? So we have two big orders. One is 1.1 million that's supposed to be exercised at 4,295. So we'll take market to backtest 4,275 for sure. I always put this value and use it between 10 and 20 points spread. So if the exercise price is 4,295, so if the player exercise this put, the market could be go at least at 4,275. Okay, and consequently, if they exercise their one, also 4,262, the same number is almost printed for Friday. The market put more like 10 points spread, 20 points spread, we could backtest 4,250. We could be test tomorrow, okay, per dark pool. That's what I want to highlight to you guys. Checking some assets, cryptocurrencies are already dead. That's a daily graph you see by basically a line. We don't have any movement in cryptocurrencies. We don't have any buyers in these assets. These assets nowadays is totally dead. Even with bullish news, for example, the BlackRock, you'll be partnership with Coinbase, blah blah blah, to try to offer cryptocurrencies for their institutionals, didn't make any movement in the assets. So these assets totally dead. Totally dead. We don't have nobody interested to buy this. Period. That's period. That's totally dead. That's basically a lie. This asset doesn't move. Who is celebrating like 23K or 20 because back test like 25? Fuck, that's crazy. Because these assets dead. Even we don't have volume, you see like the green days, the volume is dead. Okay? We don't have a buyer on this right now. As soon they start to sell, fuck, this will dump, this will sunk, in a hard way. And if you check bullion bands, especially in the weekly graph, we can sunk up to 13K. See? You have a setup now to go down up to 13K. If they open, we can go lower. But cryptocurrency is dead. Okay? Other asset that I have been showing you guys that's already also dead is the oil. The oil is a really, very beautiful downtrend. I told you guys that you're supposed to be back test 93 and it's another good point to short, right? And also explain, okay, if we break 93, we can go a little bit higher at 100. But I missed by $1. So the top was 94 and then they dumped the oil again. The oil is a good reflector of the economy. If you don't have demand for oil, it's because the economy is sinking. Okay, just you guys understand. That's a very good, thermometer for the economy. Oil going down, economy, is going to the recession. Period. I already told about the SPX, the inflection point, and the dollar. The dollar tried to confirm a pivot. Yeah, the dollar tried to confirm a pivot, but sunk during the day. If you ask me why, I don't have idea. Why I don't have idea? First of all, the Fed funds is going down and really sideways, pricing 3.5 means strong dollar, right? And also the yields is really weird. I really don't understand why the dollar sink. Don't have, any sense to me based, in the correlated assets to the dollar to see, this type of drop of in the dollar. Of course, in the daily graph, if you check the weekly graph, let me put in the weekly graph, we are forming like a bullish engulf, okay? And consequently, we can see, get back to uptrend. Because so now is in consolidation. Buyers at the support and sellers at the resistance. Bulls and bears still fighting, but the asset is in a consolidation. It's not in downtrend. It's in a consolidation. In consolidation, wait for something. I don't know what they waiting for, a trigger to to crash the market. Maybe I don't know. But the DXY, the dollar is in a consolidation very high, very high. So it doesn't make any sense, to market to go up since we are in consolidation of the dollar in higher price, right? In higher price. Dollar is totally inverse correlated with the market, right? We have a very weird spread showing us a recession, right? Showing us a huge inflation in the short time, like from now in 2 years, and a deflationary environment in 10 years from now. So that's a very weird spread. We saw this spread only back in 2000, okay, back in 2000, and then back in 89. Google economic crisis back in 1989, economic crisis in 2000, and you guys understand why those spikes and why SPX crash in those periods of time. We are in the same pattern. That's not different. That's real economy. Yield spreads this real economy and cannot be manipulated by central banks. They send message to players, to makers, to dealers, and to central banks. Okay? The yield spread send message to everybody. Some people obey, some people not. Okay? Guys, good luck. Be careful. Okay? That's totally no sense, the rally. As I told you, because market is not pricing anything, right? Take care.